match, they're going to be relying on him, trying to test him out and see if he can actually bring in that kind of factor, that kind of potential that they require. On the other side, for EVOS though, I do feel that now technically, there's more ways for them to kind of like get pressure, for them to kind of draw out your focus. Before it's just Albert. If you can shut him down, it's all good. But now they have a player like Sorizo that can kind of demand that respect and attention. If they're able to coordinate together, then technically there's a chance for them to actually force Na'Vi to make the difficult call on who they want to actually set their sights on. Is it going to be Mr. Muscle, or is it going to be Albert in the jungle?
Now, drafting phase, pointed by the smartphone. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, Z Flip 7, 3 bans quick straight away. 1-1 Lancelot, YSS, so heavy damage dealer, all gone. But now the CC goes unchecked. So that's going to be in the hands of Sorizo. Sorizo with the CC.
Yeah, the Arla is also left up for grabs. And if they want to improve on what they lacked last season, they now have, I would say, a very, very good XP laner in Cars. Just as I say that, I was expecting like an Arlet pick for Cars here, but they end up going for Uranus first, which is odd. We haven't been seeing a lot of Uranuses, and the Uranuses we've seen in MSC even didn't really do too well. Barca makes more sense. Range are going to be coming up very fast. Drash from both these teams, and a Baksha in the jungle. The CC first pick to enable the Baksha, and the Baksha in turn a good pick against the Uranus. So far, so good for EVOS.
Yeah, good anti-healing coming in from the Taurus Pisans to stop Uranus in its tracks, but the Farsa will be a problem for this Ranger opponent.
Well, it depends on how they want to set this up. But with the Uranus, though, even in the lane, it's not exactly a winning lane against the CC, right? Unfortunately now, for Cars, the CC stacks doesn't really dissipate immediately. It drops down one by one. So in the lane, it's still going to be very important for Cars to kind of manage those stacks efficiently. But, you know, the CC technically gives Uranus multiple stacks every time they go for engagement. So I think it's going to be a bit of a bro lane, a farm lane in the beginning. Later on, though, when the roams start coming through, when the mid lane gets involved, that's where these XP laners have to be careful. The Farsa is already a real threat for Sorizo if he wants to play aggressive in that lane. But Na'Vi, they're hiding their roam position that can kind of enable that potential dive.
Moskov picked up for Sive. Feels like they're swapping their specials, right? You see Sive mostly on the Ranger, and Erlan mostly on the Moskov, but now they're gonna swap it around. Selena banned out as well, out of respect. Round one with the Selena, plus the burst damage. Now EVOS, what do they want to ban out here? They have an option to kind of calm down the jungle, so that might be the target bans now for EVOS.
In the world.
Cho already taken out from Apro. We did get to see from Apro as well in the pick test, and he was on the Cho, so maybe a comfort pick of his. Really good choice up against CC too, so Kalea, Cho taken out, none of those pick-off heroes. Na'Vi might have to go for some drastic measures in Rome. Either a safe choice like a Gatot that I would say is pretty bad against CC and Baksha, or you go for a crazy playmaker, Badang, Tigreal, one of those.
I like that idea, man. Crowd control, I think, is going to be important because the Baksha and the CC, yeah, they're real threats, but only if you allow them to use their mobility to jump around your front line, to get around it. So if Na'Vi wants to go for something that can dynamically engage or at least stop the shield unity or some of these other spells that allows EVOS to dive efficiently, in that way they can kind of force EVOS to play that front to back and allow the Moskov and the Farsa to do damage and allow that Uranus to actually stay in the mix and tank up some damage and output some as well.
Wow. Blue taken out.
They think the Uranus is flex. They think Uranus can go to the jungle.
Uranus jungle.
Yeah.
We've seen it a couple of times in MSC. It worked once for Aurora Turkey, and that was it.
Muscle of iron.
Interesting.
Kacha still up, picked up against CC.
Oh, this, not a fan. The Uranus already going to get countered. Got the Kacha now. They are doubling down into a pick that is, into a style that I say won't work. This is a front-to-back comp with a front that's compromised.
This is reminds me of, if I recall correctly, a strat that Keskute likes to use. Go for the Garokacha so you can land behind the Granger and force a messy team fight. That could be the angle that Aldo is looking for, technically. But like you mentioned, Mirko, these frontliners are kind of compromised. If they fall behind in the early game, they won't be tanky at all, especially with that Baksha softening them up and reducing that regeneration.
That's going to be the name of the game, but Valentina and a Franco.
Signature pick? Technically?
For Key?
Is it?
Not really. We have seen him play Franco a couple of times, but Yeah, what is the combo here? They get a hook, and what's the instant burst? It's kind of like a slow death.
It's the shield unity into an iron hook combo, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
They've done it before. But unfortunately, I think it's kind of weird because they don't really have burst damage, right, to secure the deal.
The Valentina could just steal the airstrike, and then you can go for the, the
Maybe
bloody hunt, and then you go for the for their airstrike. That might be the way of thinking for EVOS, but yeah, again, quite a hard synergy to pull. It's Franco and Valentina, maybe with Abaxia as well. But not for Na'Vi to run out their picks, they will go for a Fanny left unbanned. So the Uranus not flexed, will still go XP. It's gonna be a Fanny against the Abaxia.
Oof. A lot of crowd control available for EVOS. I don't know, man. Na'Vi, they gotta be careful in how they want to utilize this Fanny, because technically for EVOS, there isn't a real vulnerable backline, right? The Granger and the Valentina both want to be in the mix, up close and personal if possible. I think Na'Vi has to focus on not really allowing EVOS to snowball. If they go and get an even game, then I think Na'Vi's mid game has some potential here. But if EVOS get going in the early game, that's tough, man. I don't think anyone from Na'Vi can survive the initial engage, the catch and burst coming in from EVOS.
Yep. Draft index though for both teams, more favor towards Na'Vi. It seems like they have rounded themselves a very strong draft with the Fanny as the closing pick. But now, to enter the last match of the day, it is both teams with shattered pasts. It is going to be EVOS against Na'Vi.
Na'Vi still on a 0-16 record. That's a 16-match lose streak. Trying to break it here with a new lineup, but not really entirely new. They've kept the same 3 members. Actually, they've kept everyone the same except for Apro. Not even the hyped up, anticipated Andoryu Ukir are playing today.
Well, technically, Cars is also changed because it's no longer in the same role. But as you can see, man, it's a brutal time. But Cars can stick around, can take some hits from the jungle to kind of regen. But he kind of stuck. Wait.
Oh, what? Paul walks up to his demise, gets dismantled early. No purple buff, no green camp. Everything falling into place for EVOS, into shambles for Na'Vi.
Questionable early aggression. What was the goal there, Arashi?
I think he was trying to pressure, try and get the litho and assert that dominance, but he collided with the shield unity. Afro might follow suit here. Here comes the hook.
No AOG to get you out, not even revitalize you. Stop. Roundel picks up a kill, and again, Na'Vi, questions will be thrown in the air. What was that?
EVOS, this is a team that understands how to push the advantage. Now that they know that Washer Paul is on the back foot, look to Key and Albert to really find ways to move into the jungle. Ooh, Washer Paul with the red tree there, securing some extra EXP. But again, EVOS, watch what they're doing here. If they get an advantage, they can just brute force their way into the jungle of Na'Vi. Their early game composition allows them to do so.
It's Fanny. So far, struggling obviously with that early death given to Washipal. So it's now up to Washipal. How will he recover from this loss? Obviously a 2-0 lead for EVOS. Roundel hits level 4, and now they might look for a gank towards Erlan. He has to be careful.
Ooh, dodges from Erlan. Dodging from all the shots except the last one. Washipal going to play again. Erlan in the bottom lane, flickering out. Spear of Misery helps him to get out just a bit, but Washipal gets the cutthroat down. And the SOD will land on Key. Albert securing the first neutral objective of the game as Shive goes into the mid lane to collect a double lane farm.
It's a wise move from Na'Vi there. They abandoned the turtle contest. They know they're up against a Baksha. They know their jungler's behind. And they make sure that they get the gold lane a bit more ahead, get them a bit of something in exchange. And they're able to actually stave off that aggression and allow Washipal to get his own purple as well. Talent prediction here by the new application Kope, by the way. Mr. Pulung, the only one. But whoa.
Washipal, that red tree was light years too early.
Interesting.
What?
Questionable early game from the jungler of Na'Vi, Washipal. We have seen him interchanging positions with Ether last season. And it seems like this season he will start again, but yeah, quite shaky, we could say. So far, 3 minutes for the Fanny, and
oh no.
Only the pressure soon. Oh, on bottom.
At least they're trading on the map. At least they're utilizing, Washipal getting bullied to get something off the map. They got 1 kill on Erlan, but that's it. Now Cars, next to the chopping block, still able to escape. Gets out with the flicker too, buying as much time as possible for Shive to farm up.
on the bright side for Na'Vi, cars on the Uranus is doing pretty well right now. And towards the later stage of the game, they have the Fanny, they have the Moskov and the Uranus. So technically, they have ways to kind of pressure the side lanes from a distance and be annoying, right? EVOS are the ones that have to go for a pickoff, go for a decisive kind of play. And to be fair, they have shown that they are able to do so. So we'll see how this game develops towards the end there. Looking at the Clash of Eras here, the veteran Key against the rookie Afro. So far, we haven't really seen too much from Afro, and he's getting jumped on.
Yep, Shield Unity into the Iron Hook, into the Bloody Hunt, and it's a kill to Roundel. As easy as that, traded for a possible purple, but EVOS get their purple too, so it just ends up being a win for EVOS. Chorizo will be able to survive this. There shouldn't be a kill angle. Never mind, Washapal in there. Vengeance used on Chorizo! Surviving the AOG, landing on Washapal, and they keep their purple alive. Not even a trade given to Na'Vi. SOD lands in the bottom lane, goes to Erlan. Rikon in a tough spot, still has those bullets, turns it around on Shime! One last shot, Shime! Will be gunned down despite the attempt.
EVOS, they take everything and lose nothing. The turtlenecks in the chopping block, and Na'Vi, they're crumbling to pieces. What is happening, Arashi?
It's just EVOS outclassing Na'Vi, man. Even when the plays are executed by Na'Vi, EVOS just see it coming. They've been in this position before. Erlan there, trading flicker for flicker, just outplaying Shive, kind of baiting him in. And now again, EVOS, all they have to do is maintain this pressure. They themselves have great mobility across the map. And they're just gonna brute force all these moments there, diving in. Almost a hook setup. That combo is just so difficult. Later on, it's gonna be Cars accepting most of those iron hooks. We'll see if he can get tanky enough to do that.
At least Na'Vi has a body.
They committed so much. Those 4 ultimates up top, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they got a kill, but they got no capitalization off of the kill.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is at least they have a body to kind of tank the combo. We have seen a glimpse of it. Shield Unity crash into the Iron Hook. That might be the case. The hook!
And the Bloody Hunt, that's a kill up to Key. And he gets the winner crown, so it's all part of the plan, I guess. You know, wait for the winner crown, gets it, and now probably be seeing more kills over to Erlan.
Calculated.
It's the uninterruptible Winter Crown Bloody Hunt combo. That's what they're looking for. I was just about to say, realize, despite having the Gadot and the Uranus that should be tanky enough, none of them are running that Vengeance, and they're only running on a Dreadnought armor, so they can't really save up all that much damage right now, especially with EVOS already almost 3k gold ahead. So slowly but surely they're losing prio. You can see them corral together for safety in numbers, but that's gonna allow EVOS to actually get the map pressure and the farm around the map. This is exactly what they are supposed to be doing, and they're doing it great.
They're fading the jungle now. Purple buffs stolen as well, given to Albert. So EVOS just running rampant, waiting for the timer to go. 5 seconds to the neutral objective take. As Na'Vi, they corral together like you said. But what can they really achieve with grouping up together?
Well, they can at least be able to farm up. That's a cut from Albert! It's a Shield Unity! Washapal low, trying to run away, and Key's right there! In the bottom lane, it's Chorizo caught in the bad spot with the AOG and for the airstrike landing, but Chorizo just walks away. Erlan gets a kill up top. Na'Vi get a trade on a turret in the mid lane, and that's about it. It's a turtle over to EVOS.
At least a flicker onto Key because he had to flicker in the Bloody Hunt to give the kill over towards Erlan. But hey, still a win for EVOS.
As of right now, Na'Vi are just trying their best to try and trade, try and get something on the other side of the map that EVOS are not at. But look at this, dude. Look at the damage.
Oh no. They have a Granger with the Sky Piercer, it seems like. Yeah, Sky Piercer, Granger. It's gonna be easy burst for days for EVOS. They throw out the combo, the Franco and the Baxia. But now how does Na'Vi navigate around this little mini game that EVOS has going?
Well, for now, I think they just need their frontliners to actually have the resistance to survive from the initial engage. Anti-Cuirass is completed for Cars at this point. I think that's going to be enough because the bulk of the damage coming in from EVOS is physical, to be fair. But again, without a Purify or a Vengeance, he's still in a very precarious position because his team can't really threaten EVOS enough to actually force them away from their pickup attempt onto Cars. Might see it again here, AOG, whoa!
Roundo gonna be caught, has quicker, nothing to Iron Hook to disengage. Apro, oh man. A free Sky Piercer stack. AOG from Roundo with the curtain call combo. But they're able to fly away. Well, it's Magic was able to fly away, the others walked.
Right, 4K Goldie for EVOS, and they're still maintaining the pressure, but on the bright side at least, they haven't really been invading into the jungle as much as they really could be. Washapolvo is still 2 levels down. You can see Albert just rolling around, scouting as well in the jungle to try and find something. Oh, Washapolvo gotta kind of clean up his performance on these cables, man, because they need him to actually be able to be that slippery Fanny player to clear on the side lanes and, you know, threaten the 1v1 possibilities. In the end, it's still gonna be a Fanny. 1v1, it's still gonna be a difficult hero to deal with, unless, of course, Washapol, you know, gets sloppy on those cables.
At least for EVOS to have 2 ways high lane pressure, right? You have the Moskov that can always jump into team fights with the Spear of Misery. Or SOD, excuse me. And then you have the Fanny with the cable, Sive.
Oh no, he gets away from the shield unity, but that's a 2v1! Albert will take them both! Shive has the SOD in the back, but Key's just waiting for him! The Bloody Hunt waiting for him, gets the kill! And Na'Vi again are lost in the land of Dawn. They don't know what to do, they don't know what move to make.
That was a greedy move by Shive there to not run away. X-Magic, no!
But their airstrike stolen to take him down. Even with the flicker out, it was not enough, and now EVOS just wreaking havoc. At least one shot gets the purple buff, Iron Hook, and it's a kill to Roundo. They're stat padding.
It's fishing season, Arashi.
Sure is, man. Washapol on the other side.
Oh no, again. Back to back hooks for Key.
It's just one after the other, man. The fleeting time is completed as well for Key, so no one is safe. Washapol tries to clear, but
Shield Unity, a free kill over to Erlan. 10 minutes in. Oh, Washapol, you don't deal any damage right now. The curtain call slows him down. And there's still a Lord to play with in the bottom lane at 10 minutes.
Oh my. Na'Vi going from bad to worse. Adding salt to the wound, and now Washapol on a mission to just try to divert the attention, but no, the base is crumbling. They're gonna crash this wave into it. The Lord is well gone, but hey, EVOS still 5-man strong. They look to end it here.
waiting for the wave. The hook does not land so far, but Feather Airstrike already used up for both teams.
Apro taking front of that damage already, able to escape. Washapol taken very low. A turn to bottom lane taken down. No, the minions actually cleared out by the SOD. So it buys Na'Vi a bit more time to scale. But I don't think EVOS have any intention to leave Na'Vi to get that space.
Yeah, Na'Vi has to clean up their macro play here, because in theory, they have the tools available to kind of delay the game even more.
Yeah.
Look at this, though, EVOS trying to brute force it.
The middle they go. Na'Vi have 0 engage. Cars is half HP. The Feather Airstrike is tickling Albert. And he'll respect it. The wave in the bottom lane cut already earlier by Washapol. So leaving buying some time. Albert, oh my lord, steals it away. And emotes on him, now goes to his enemy's purple buff. And Erlan's the one who takes it. They're gonna get another base turret off of this.
Not my neighborhood, he says. And it seems like EVOS, they want to crash the wave into the crystal. Will this be the end angle?
A hook, but it's only onto the mid waves. Oh, Feathered Airstrike over to Apro. What a kill for Erlan! A Feathered Airstrike. But he unlocks it down, and Cerezo is on the board. Iron Hook again! This time on cars. Erlan gets a double. Shive and X-Magic trying to be the X Factor. But we won't be able